Boys, we have made it. It is that time of year, College Football 26. We just got the official reveal trailer dropped, and this week's already been great. You all saw the cover reveal. You probably saw my main channel where I got to go out to the actual cover shoot, show the behind the scenes. If you missed it, go check it out. Plus, after the trailer, we even get our first deep dive info to look at. And now we're here to see what has EA dropped for this official reveal trailer. We already know that this game's gonna have high school football and Road to Glory. That's the main thing I've seen so far, but I'm excited to see what's all in this. We're getting straight in. Oh, those lights are cool.
There's something in the air.
Something in the air. Hang on, hang on. Okay, I might end up pausing this a lot just because I've been excited and waiting for this game. This is players getting off of a bus,
In the air.
right? It is. Now they're in their full jerseys, whatever. But that could either mean new intro cutscenes, which would be nice, or something a little on campus. We'll see. This looks better than last year. Wait.
Friday night.
I also have to point this out. That's Sark, isn't it? That's Sark. We're not going to act like this isn't Sark. So there's another thing coming to College Football 26. Real coaches. They're going to have so many of these little teasers in here poking at you that if I don't pause and point them out and notice them, then we're just going to skip right over. So we got Arch, we got Sark, we got real head coaches in the game. I don't know about coordinators yet. Maybe we'll find out later on.
From Friday nights.
Friday night? Oh, this is sick. Oh, this is sick. This is our first look at high school football. We haven't had high school football in a college football game since NCAA Football 14. Granted, there was that long break, but it's been over a decade. So the fact that we're going to get updated graphics, hopefully some customization, like if I can't customize the stadiums of the teams I'm playing, be a little bit of a letdown, but it's a small stadium too. Maybe we can take these generic stadiums with Team Builder over. I'm just excited. It's a new game. Come on. All right, let's watch.
To Saturday lights.
Oh, if they hit us with a signing day,
Hill,
that'd be cool.
Pasadena.
I was there.
Crackles down our spines.
This is beautiful. Oh, that's sick.
Tradition. Tension.
Ryan
Wars
Day.
that remind our rivals.
It's here.
They're not in Kansas anymore.
Ooh, East Carolina with a sick intro.
It's electric.
You know, one thing I'm already noticing with this trailer versus what we had in the last game is they have a lot more unique intros that they didn't have in the last one. So I just noticed this because, like, I've been to USF games. I've seen how they run out of the tunnel. You don't see that inside College Football 25. Or even with East Carolina, I had a Dynasty with them. We never ran out of their tunnel like this. I didn't know this existed, so maybe they just didn't have this intro shot correctly, and now this time they're going to get it right. But that is a nice detail to see that we're getting some different stuff. I also want to point something out because I'm going to relook over a lot of this stuff. It's new. This is from the high school. They're putting an emphasis on fans, which is nice. You never saw that in 14. And then you can see some of the jersey designs here. They still have runouts even at these small schools. And then there was the signing day clip that had all of the hats. That's something I would love to see in Road to Glory, them actually make kind of a big deal, even if it's not as big of a deal anymore since players transfer. It is in Road to Glory. So it'd be cool if we had like a hat decision going on. I know we already saw another angle of that in the Madden College Football trailer that they put out. And then there's one other thing I glossed over as well. Of course, Virginia Tech fans probably waiting for this. Enter Sandman. I think it's going to be in the game if it's in this trailer. They just flashed over to it right here. They had them coming out and obviously it playing. So, Enter Sandman should be in College Football 26.
It's electric.
Let's see what I can catch. What else? Okay, that Bryce.
Nerves and ignites a place where the ground shakes.
These are all players that were at the cover shoot, right? Well, not the USC guy, but there's Bryce Underwood avoiding a sack. He told me that he can do flips in the end zone. I hope that we get to see that this year. Then we got DJ Lagway. Then we had Jeremiah Love.
But our pride doesn't.
All right, some more trophies.
Our coach, scheme, playbook, and character are unlike any other.
New animations.
There's something in the air. It builds
Malik
us
Murphy.
up, breaks them down, and gives the stadium a pulse.
Did they do something, or are they alluding to something with the stadium pulse and just making the environments feel more alive? Because I know that was one of the criticisms, is sometimes it felt great and other times it's just like, it's not even like you're at a college football game. It wasn't that intense. So I feel like what they're alluding to in this trailer right here, especially having a whole shot like this, is they've really worked on the environments even more. That's what I'm seeing so far.
There's something in the air.
You can hear the chants, and you can like feel it with this.
Breaks them down and gives the stadium a pulse.
Stadium pulse.
Built on pride.
Hey, DJ's brother. This one's good. Okay. Did they just dunk a tire on this guy's head? Is this Akron's trophy celebration? I'm going to be very careful with my word choice here. That's cool. And we got Marcus Freeman coming into the game. It's a good little route from Jeremiah Smith. Okay. And there's Ryan Williams, you two cover athletes. All right. So that is the trailer right there. That was really good. I think no matter what, that was probably going to be my takeaway, just because I've been so hyped up to get another new game. And just the fact that high school is coming to Road to Glory, you can't go wrong with that. We got to see the new coaches. It seems like the graphics have also gotten better somehow, so there is that. I mean, there are some notable things that are going to be missing, like I didn't see anything about mascot mashup. Are they going to have more mascots for teams that didn't have them in the last game? I think that's another thing I missed. I'm not sure if the USF Bowl was a mascot in the last game, but he was in this trailer. From what I saw out of that, they really honed in on their focus on smaller schools and making each one of them feel more unique. At least I want to assume. Maybe there was some of that stuff like the rice walking stick in the last game. I just don't remember personally seeing it, and that was a lot of the trailer was showing off smaller schools. This is where we get to the real juicy, the great stuff though. It is the campus huddles, the deep dives that they put out alongside the trailers. If you remember College Football 25's release, they would always put these out, and we're going to start off just reading through this. Welcome back to Campus Huddle, your home for all the news. Thank you to everyone who enjoyed and tuned into the experience we felt around the world. Yeah. I want to get into the deep dive, the juice. We have a brief overview of the coming game modes, presentation features, gameplay updates, and more. Look for more information to be revealed this summer in our Campus Huddle deep dives as we move towards a worldwide launch on July 10th. July 7th, if you pre-order, get the deluxe edition with the cover, with the coaches, the refs, the players, all of that. We're excited just thinking about what's to come later this summer. The playbook will be in your hands. Take your career starting from being an inspiring high school recruit to winning a Heisman Award, or coach your team to the College Football Playoff National Championship. With new plays, exciting new plays. How many new plays, though? Schools, those are some of the FBS ones. I don't think that means FCS. Players and upgraded abilities. There are many more ways than ever to bring glory home. Okay, let's get into the actual stuff, though. True college football gameplay. They always start off with some gameplay. This might be a new animation. It'd be sick to reach out 4 yards like that, still hit the pylon, get the touchdown. Our vision for what it means to experience college football continues to be our wide open, fast-paced gameplay. Thank you. There are some people that don't like that. They want it to be more realistic and slow that I just don't understand. Like, that blows my mind. Have you played a recent Madden? They better not change it up. And I'm just going to stand by that. I'm not going to switch up. I don't care how many people think it's a little bit too quick. It's a little bit too fluky. Sometimes, I don't know. It sums up college football, and it's so much more fun to play than something that's slow and more realistic. Get that out of here. Anchored, blah, blah, blah. Too big of words. I dropped out. I can't read that. Features like stunts and twist. Custom zones. Custom zones is cool. Improved blocking. Improved blocking. If anything is going to stand out from this article, it should be that. Because if you played Road to Glory as a quarterback, man, if you had more than a second in the pocket, you were blessed. Dynasty had its moments too, where they kind of patched it better. Coverage logic, okay. See, some of these are just keywords they throw out there every single year. We know that they're going to throw it in there. Does it mean anything? You don't know until you get your hands on the game. Dynamic substitutions. Are we going to get them in Dynasty, though, from the menus? Easier fatigue management. I also hope that they get the whole system in place. What is it? Wear and tear. I hope that they fix that a little bit because it has such great potential, but it still seemed to be a little bit buggy. I should have just read a little bit farther. Additional upgrades coming to our wear and tear system, so that will continue to separate this from Madden. We've overhauled archetypes to encompass the unique skill sets you see every Saturday, so maybe we'll be able to have archetypes on all sorts of players. Not just deep threat receivers getting takeoff, but a physical receiver could also have takeoff or something. That's what I'm hoping to see. I don't like the archetypes right now and decide what abilities each player has, if that makes any sense. Like if you have a field general quarterback, there's only certain abilities you can have with that field general quarterback versus if he was a scrambler. Anyway, with over 2,700 new plays and unique schemes like Rice's Modern Option, Penn State's Gadget Heavy, I'm glad that they're going to get that right. 10,000 players and over 300 real-world coaches. That means we're getting coordinators alongside just the head coaches too. With true-to-life schemes. This is our most authentic college football experience yet. There's another buzzword. The most authentic college football experience. I think they're going to say that every season, but it's true if they keep on adding to what they already built. Stay tuned for our gameplay deep dive to learn more. So there's another deep dive that'll be coming out. They're going to do a gameplay trailer and then an article like this telling you all the new features. What do we have here though? Over 300 real world coaches suit up for Dan Lanning. So this is just going to talk about that. Compete against Kirby Smart, recruit against or as James Franklin. All these guys were on the cover at the shoot. So maybe some of the guys there are going to be a little bit more distinct and specially featured versus some of the other coaches. We'll see about that. I'm not sure how accurately they're going to be represented. Strategize like they would with their unique playbooks for a more authentic coaching experience. One thing I will say, from being at the cover shoot early, Kenny Dillingham talked about it with me. I'm not sure if it made the main video or not, but at Arizona State, they would build out playbooks based off of their real-life playbooks to make it even more authentic to what they ran. It was Kirby Smart that said his son would also look at the playbook and be like, hey, that doesn't work in college football 25. Why are you running it in an actual game? And for whatever reason, he ended up being right about it most of the time. Like if it didn't work in the video game, it didn't work in real life. That was a weird little thing that Kirby told me. I was like, that makes no sense. I guess the game is more realistic than we think sometimes. Ryan Day featured right there next to Jeremiah Smith. Wear and tear everywhere. The advanced wear and tear system delivers more realism and is now fully customizable to fit your play style. We'll see how that actually functions. It's kind of vague with stuff like this early on. Manage fatigue strategically. Save your favorite playmakers for key moments with dynamic substitutions. That would be nice because you don't want your best receiver getting pulled off of the field for a crucial third down, and that could happen. It allows you to rotate players in and out on the fly. No pause screen needed, so it's just going to come from the play calling menu. Foundational football advancements. College football 26 gameplay starts with improved coverage to give you confidence in shutting down your opponent. So maybe that'll help out with the defense a little bit. I know for you all that play a lot of online play, you were saying that it was very heavily focused on offense and it was hard to get stops. Improved blocking. I do appreciate that. Reward players for their left stick skills. That also makes it a lot more fun. You want to have a good time when playing these games. Feel the changes to our upgraded physics-based tackling system. Is this the same thing that they say every single year for football games? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping out, but I swear, every single time they have a new upgraded, new system for all the physics. They just say it every time. Will it feel much different? Probably not, but I don't care if it does because I enjoyed the last game. New tackle types, new animations, enhancements to the hit stick, experience greater control. Yeah, these are buzzwords. I'm not even going to go in depth. This is buzzwords. I'm not falling for it until I actually get to see it on both sides of the ball with the ability to call different stunts and twists to optimize your pass rush and new custom zone features. So maybe they have really let us dial in with the defense. I mean, we just don't know until we actually see the gameplay, but they're trying to get you excited for it. Several new abilities that we can't wait to talk about more in our gameplay deep dive. So that's the second time they've brought it up. Later this summer, doesn't really give us a date for it. Home Field Advantage 2.0. I knew it from the trailer. The home field advantage is going to feel a little bit different. Experience enhanced stadium pulse effects, including a more intense camera shake, new heads-up display visuals, and clock distortion that simulates the high pressure of playing as a visitor in a hostile territory. Oh no. I already thought that some of the effects would just completely throw me off. I can only imagine how much harder it's going to be to play on the road in this game now. Rivalry games, the college football playoff, and other high-stakes matchups are now even more affected by stadium pulse. I hope that includes some of the playoff games later on, because if you played at a neutral site for the quarterfinals, semifinals, championship, you would notice that even though it's a high-stakes game, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pressure. Because it was a neutral site, you didn't ever feel that effect. So I'll be curious to see how that's implemented. When you're on the road, use your confidence and composure. That was something they talked about in the last game that I never paid attention to because I didn't really see it making a difference. We're continuing to push through this though. We're only like halfway. This is why I love these press releases because you get so much more out of it than the trailer. More like Saturday. We got Iowa right here. Is this in their locker room? I'm not sure. I've never seen back there in the tunnel. We want you to immerse yourself in unforgettable game day atmospheres with more electrifying sights, sounds, and traditions than ever before. Feel the energy of new situations and stadium-specific music, fight songs, and dynamic commentary. Experience a new presentation that reflects the importance of each game in the context of your season. Saddle up in Stillwater, hoist the golden egg. That's the one between Southern Miss and Ole Miss, I think. Or maybe Mississippi State. I don't know. Something in Mississippi. And raise the sword as the king of turnovers at Coastal Carolina. We want to surround you with the authentic, unrivaled school spirit that you always feel right at home. So those are the buzzwords. What are we actually getting? Next level gameplay. Feel the stadium shake as you discover more of your school's unique pageantry, traditions, and sounds. So just from the trailer, I could kind of pick up on it. We were going to get more detail with that college experience separating each school from each other. And we obviously called out the Inner Sandman. 160 new school-specific chants, new mascots, yes. Will the Kentucky Wildcat be in college football 26? Please do not leave him out again. And band music. So, what else are we getting? We know how much people love drum lines from the menu last year. Oh my gosh. I turned those off so fast and never turned on any sound ever again. So, at least they are aware that it was miserable, horrible to listen to. We're going to change it up. Thank you, EA. We're bringing new marching band covers of popular songs to our menus for players to enjoy. So like the old games, they must have listened a little bit to the community, as well as 15 fight songs from schools around the country. Learn more about this in our presentation deep dive. So they're having a presentation deep dive, they're having a gameplay one, and then we know that Dynasty's got to get one, Road to Glory will, and I don't even know if they're going to care about Ultimate Team. It's weird because I have no idea how popular that mode really was. I didn't touch much on it, but all the players at the cover shoot said that was their favorite game mode. And I would assume Madden Ultimate Team players probably came over to the new game as well, just for the gameplay. So their Ultimate Team mode might actually have a large audience there too, because you can do like 3v3 with your friends in there. I might need to touch on it a little bit. Maybe not main channel videos, but see if I'm missing out or if it's just like a money grab. I've always thought that about Ultimate Teams. It's been like 5 years since I've enjoyed one, but maybe it was fun and I'm missing out there. It's a different experience. Who knows? If you played Ultimate Team and you actually enjoyed it or you didn't like it, just let me know what you thought in the comments from this past year. Dynamic commentary, I always turn it off, so this isn't really a big deal to me. But I know that there were a lot of people that didn't like it and they're refilming parts. So we'll see if that comes out any better. Battling back after a tough loss, back-to-back 400-yard performances. Their expertise and insight adapt to your team progress in Dynasty and your players' rise and road to glory. Do we believe that? I'm not sure. It could be true, but it could also still be bare bones. So that's just something, again, you can read it in the article and you can be like, oh, that'd be awesome. I kind of did this last year. I read a lot of the stuff. I was sold, and then I was let down on some aspects of the game. And there were other things that they didn't sell hard enough that I was actually thrilled with that were in the game. So you don't really know what you're getting until you get your hands on it. We'll see. What else are we getting in this game so far? We've heard your feedback, and thanks to you, Trophy Room is back. There you go, Reddit. They're reading those threads. No matter how miserable you guys can get over there sometimes, they're digging through it. And I've seen the negativity. If you have Reddit being positive about a game, then you know for a fact that it's pretty good. There was a little bit where they liked it, but a lot of it, they still didn't like College Football 25. Chance to show off to your friends and rivals how successful you really are. So the trophy room is going to be showable to people that you're like friends with on PlayStation, Xbox. I like that. There will be multiple ways for you to earn different kinds of trophies. Coach and manage your program in Dynasty, obviously. Focus on your journey as a college football legend and road to glory. Makes sense. Dominate in the road to college football playoffs, the online mode. And then compete in classic rivalry games and play now. So I'm pretty sure all that's pretty standard for what it was supposed to be. But they're bringing trophy rooms back. Hopefully they do a good job with it. We're now getting on to the game modes. What game modes are we getting here? Dynasty. How do you create your dynasty will be more important than ever if you want to cement your legacy as one of the best coaches, assemble an elite staff, upgrade your coaching abilities, lay it out on the field, blah, blah, blah. Navigate the now expanded and more unpredictable transfer portal featuring thousands of players each year. Is the transfer portal going to be usable in Dynasty this year? There were moments where you would just have no one to go after. So just them leaving that little bit of information in there, I want to think that they've worked on the transfer portal, and that's a big deal to me. We'll see if they touch any more on it. Personal management has never been more important with the new location-based visits and having potential to give your program an advantage. Location-based visits. I like this. This digs back to some of the older college games as well. Land critical talent for your team by managing new dynamic deal breakers. Oh no. New dynamic deal breakers. Does that mean they change mid-season? Are players going to be harder to keep around than they already are? It is realistic to college football and where it's at. and traits while they try to retain your favorite playmakers and cement your program's legacy. So we will see if even after having success, if you still have players transferring out, that would obviously be realistic. If you got a 5-star on the bench for 3 years, he probably isn't going to sit around for longer. I just can't ignore the bold text. We're getting so much information in this, and I'm loving it. We have made it to College Football 26. Crossplay is here. They did it. They didn't have it last year. What did I tell you? Last year's the foundation. This year, they're just going to keep on upgrading based off of that foundation and polishing it, making it more enjoyable. College Football 26 Online Dynasty now supports crossplay across PlayStation and Xbox. You'll be able to run a 32-person online dynasty with friends, regardless of platform. Maybe that's where the Creator Dynasty can finally happen now. We'll see. I would love to see that happen. Within the Members tab, you'll be able to see each user's system to create crossplay. Okay, so that's just about crossplay. It can be turned off too. One last note, before we see you at the Dynasty Deep Dive, there's the third one coming. We're happy to announce that formation subs and protected opponents setting are coming. So we'll be able to set protected opponents, and we're also going to get formation subs from the menu, which is nice. It'll be throughout the duration of the year. I just don't know how much can we trust this, because last year there were certain things that were supposed to be in custom conferences that I guess they couldn't get working, and then it got left out. So we can see it here. It's an idea. It's what they want to make happen. But there could always be an issue where they run into bugs and it's not actually there. I'm not going to get too excited. Okay, maybe that's a lie. I'm going to get excited over it anyway, just because we're getting an upgrade to the game that I have to play a lot of, and I enjoy playing a lot of. Road to Glory. We know high school is coming here. I'm seeing the signing day hats. It is time for you to begin your ultimate student-athlete journey as part of the recruiting class of 2025. Choose from 10 new archetypes and rise from high school recruit to Heisman glory. 10 new archetypes. I don't think that has to do with new positions, so archetypes are just going to give you different options for the build, but I was hoping to get some new positions. We'll see if they give that still. With every decision shaping how your career will look, build your highlight tape. Interesting, build your highlight tape. That could be cool, to earn an offer from your dream school and make that decision in the famous hat ceremony. So we are going to be able to have a signing day ceremony in this game. What else? We got rising class rankings and secure scholarships before other recruits. So you're competing against other recruits. Could it be following like a trend of your friends maybe? That could be interesting. Along with a new tier of abilities available to reach for your athlete, earn coach trust. That's already been in there. Build team chemistry. This is where I have said it already multiple times. Are they just putting in buzzwords here? Or is that something that's actually going to be a metric that makes a difference? Is there going to be like a team chemistry setting? Because if they add the depth that they talk about in some of these deep dives, this game's going to be miles better than what 25 was. I've just learned, now that I've gone through the experience of a whole game launch, that sometimes you have to go in with lower expectations than what's said. But I felt like I went in with low expectations anyway last year. So we'll see. We'll see how it actually all turns out. Navigate the competitive recruiting process, commit early if you've found the perfect fit, or decommit if a better opportunity comes your way. So they have nailed that. We're going to be able to flip our commitment. I was just scrolling on Twitter today. Dan Lanning jumped into pool like a week ago with a kid from Oregon, a 5-star, and now he's already decommitted a week later. So he just wanted to swim with Dan Lanning and not actually go to Oregon, I guess. It makes sense, though, that we should be able to decommit if a better opportunity comes our way. Your journey to become a superstar in Madden NFL 26 is yours to define too. Of course, it's going to be connected. That's a major selling point for getting guys that enjoy college over to Madden. I don't know if they're going to make superstar mode any better for that game, but theoretically they should. If I end up doing an early video on Madden 26, that's normally my go-to mode to just try out. I just haven't been the hugest fan when I compare it to college in recent memory. Show off your skill, then show up for the big night and see which NFL team calls your name. I think the one thing that misses from Madden Superstar mode is keeping it unique as you're 3-4 years into the future, and it's not just so bland. It's hard to do with NFL, though, so that is a little bit of a challenge, but there's a lot that they could also add to it that's not there. Build your ultimate team with your dream roster, legends from the past. This is all the ultimate team gets. You see how their focus is an ultimate team, even though people still say it is? This is it. They get like a little line. While we've gotten so much more information about other modes, lead your ultimate team to greatness by taking on the competition in head-to-head matchups and themed challenges. So I don't even know if they're doing much new stuff there. Road to the college football playoff. Be the team to beat and make the most of your home field advantage. Climb the ranks, take down opponents online, and dominate in a new progression system. Is it much different? We'll find out. Fill your personal trophy room. We saw that was going to be a part of it. And capture the national championship. I have one question for you all about the guys that play online a lot, play that mode. Did you enjoy being locked to the team playbook that you chose, or do you want to be able to change your playbook to whatever playbook and use whatever school? I'm curious about that. Oh my gosh, they're doing something with Team Builder too. That was another part of the game that I felt was like 85-90% done, but it was just missing stuff. So we'll see. There's not much information here yet. Don't worry, you'll be able to import your custom teams from last year seamlessly, ensuring your favorite created teams can be brought over. So if you made a team on the last game, I guess it can be transferred. With new features in Team Builder, you can refine your team details. I hope that includes changing school grades and location, and explore enhanced roster editing options. Please allow us to change the player names on the actual menu in the PC on the computer. I don't want to have to type it out on console, allowing for greater control over your identity and legacy. Stay tuned for the Dynasty Deep Dive to learn more about the Team Builder and how it'll elevate your gaming experience. Team Builder content can be used in offline play now and private Dynasty modes. Internet connection and EA account required. So that is a little unfortunate. You're still going to have it in a cloud Dynasty and not single player to use them. I was hoping that you could do it without an internet connection, but it almost makes sense because you do have to have an internet connection to create the team in the first place. Theoretically, and just from an uploading logos perspective and stuff, it does allow you to customize the teams a little bit better, so I'm not too upset about it. I think they have that in there just because of the copyright thing. They check to make sure that you're not ripping off schools, which is why if you see me rebuild using a Team Builder school, the team name is going to be misspelled by one letter just so it doesn't get picked up. We'll finish this out though. We can't wait to tell you more about the journey for College Football 26. Stay tuned for more features, your favorite modes, features later this summer. College Football 26 launches worldwide July 10th. We already knew that. And this is the end of it. That's all that we're going to get to see. But I am very stoked to see how all of this turns out, what we get to reveal in the deep dives coming up. And I'll probably be covering some of that on my main channel, to be honest. This could have been a main channel video, but it's turning into a second channel one. So I guess if you follow this one, you're blessed for that.